सो नमस्ते आप सभी को and this video will be about the cryptocurrency market and I will try to cover everything possible. And if you are like a zero person, that means you don't know anything about the crypto market, you are at the bottom line. This video will just make your vision purely understandable about the crypto market. So just like the stock market, I have taken an example of the person named Raja. In this crypto market, we will take example of another person named Maya. So like this, we will be starting with our video. So why waste any time? Let's start making this video. So this video will be about the crypto market. So very simple question is that. Let's take this question first. Why crypto? Why there is a need for crypto market? So let me start with this. The internet is divided into three parts: Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. It is not divided into three parts. Actually, it has evolved from these three parts. So the Web 1 was a basic, like, people used to tell this. This was around 1990 to 2004. This was the period when Web 1 exists. When Web 1 exists, the sites were like just like a view only mode. This is a view only. That means a person cannot a person cannot log in into a particular website or buy or sell anything. It was just a kind of a book, a kind of an encyclopedia that is just put it on the internet. So people were not happy with this, and there were no advertisements, and because since there was no revenue models from the people, why there is a what is the need for advertisement? So this was the time period of Web 1, which was from 1990 to 2004. Now, from 2004 till present, Web 2 exists. Now, what is this Web 2? In simple terms, all the websites that we are using now are in the Web 2 version. Web 2 simply means that now we can do everything like do advertisement on the websites, take input from the user, send input, and so on. All these things come under Web 2. This is a simple definition of Web 2. All the sites that you are using are in the Web 2 versions. Now comes the Web 3. But before going to Web 3, let us understand what is the need for Web 3. This Web 2 is really great, but there is a simple problem in this. The problem is that your data, let's suppose this is a data of two persons. They are using a central server. All the data, all the activities that they are doing on the website, on the particular website, the data is stored on the central server of the website. In simple terms, their privacy is not good in this case. They can be easily exposed to public. Although there are security reasons, but still their data is on with the central servers of the company like Facebook, Google, YouTube. All these companies have a really great chunk of data. So people were not happy with that because their data was stored in someone else's cloud servers. Then came Web 3. Web 3 was a simple introduction to like ownership of your data. In simple terms, anyone can post anything online. but there is no central server. It means that whatever you are using, that will be stayed on your own mobile. And more easily, if I say you that you are the owner of your data, that means your data privacy has now get a really great security. So this was web3, and that is the reason why web3 exists now. And web3 is a really great technology. On further, I will tell you what all things are built on this web3. So let's start with web3 continuation. Now comes the web3 year. So a person named Satoshi Nakamoto, you have heard of him in many other articles, and every person who uses Bitcoin knows his name, Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know if it is a single person or a group of really smart people or an agency. We don't know who is he, but he was the person who first introduced the Bitcoin to this world. Yes, Bitcoin. Many of you have known about this Bitcoin, but the starting of this web3 is from the web. If the starting of this web3 is mainly from this web Bitcoin, the concept that Bitcoin uses to work is the main fundamental of the web3. That is why web3 exists. So let us see. Bitcoin in simple terms is like a digital gold. A digital gold. You understood? Now we are not talking about any real assets. Now we are purely talking about digitalization. Everything which I will be talking in the web3 all exist in the internet. There is no real assets of it. Everything exists online. Everything is secured online, and everything is not secured by a single person. It is secured by a group of multiple people. Who are they? They are just us. So Bitcoin is a digital currency which works on the concept of blockchain. So what is this blockchain? This blockchain is the main fundamental of web3. It tells us how this web3 is working. Blockchain is really secured, kind of, you can say that, a network. It's simply like a blockchain has a box. This is a basic understanding. Each box stored a hash of another box, and each hash is a unique. In simple terms, all the transactions that are going in the market, all the bitcoins that are exist, they exist the data in these blocks, and these blocks are updated and corrected by the group of people who are known as miners. Who are miners? Miners are simply the people who find new bitcoins. In simple terms, they are the people. What they are doing in simple terms, I will tell you. I told you each block has a different hash table, and there are different other layers also in this box, and each is connected with each other like this. There is a group of chain of blocks. That is why we tell it as a blockchain. Each block stores a hash of its own and the hash of another block. You can say it as an address or a link, whatever you say. This is a basic understanding. Now these miners, what they are doing, they are finding new blocks because Bitcoin supply is limited to 21 million, and we haven't find all the Bitcoins. Also, there are many transactions going on this market. So there must be some person who should be keeping track of every transaction and updating it on the blockchain. They are the people who do this work. How they are doing this? In simple terms, they are using large kind of a very powerful GPU set. It's kind of a rack, they say. It consists of multiple GPU, like 100 GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs working all together to solve a unique computational problem, which is like finding a new hash, which is almost, I guess, 16 digit code which they have to find. And the only way to find is trial and error. They first check, let's say, there's a code with XXX, like let's say, and they have to start finding a code which is 16 digit. So they start with this, like first they will check with 1, 2, 3, up till trillions. And all this is happening per second. All this is possible by the graphic card they use. And that is how these miners are working to find new bitcoins. And what they get in return, they get reward. And the reward is like the bitcoin itself. People say that this reward reduces in every 4 years. Like let's say if in 2010 it was, the reward was 50 BTC, the reward will now be around 4 BTC, and so on. It will get reduced to 0.25, and so on, it will be getting reduced. So miners are not working for like sympathy or social charity. They are also getting some good stuff in return. That is why they are working. And that is how this blockchain works. If anyone wants to, if anyone try to hack this blockchain, let's say he added some bitcoins in this, these are the people who will keep track of that. If they see anything anonymous, they will simply reject the transaction, and they will just kind of trash that particular block. That means that block will never exist. In simple terms, it is so much secure that no one can hack it, because the hacking part is removed from this chain. And if someone tries to hack it, it would be more costly than buying the bitcoin. So yes, that is how this particular thing is working. Now we will understand what are the types of blockchain. We have discussed the blockchain concept. So this is very simple. There are two types of blockchain, like public blockchain and private blockchain. The mainly most widely used blockchain are these public blockchain. Let's say example of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. These are the public blockchain. And some private blockchains are like, they are uses they are used by the company itself. The company itself handle the blockchain, and the concept is true, but the concept is same, like the transparency, but the main part is handled by the company itself. Because there are many companies who are spending too much money on building this blockchain, so they want ownership of that blockchain. That's why these private blockchain exist. So the types of blockchain are hyperledger. You can check from the internet and you can explore them. Corda. These are the private blockchain. And there are other blockchain also, but I will not discuss about that. I just want to give the basic overview of that. So let's talk about this public blockchain. So I've already discussed about the Bitcoin, which was the concept here. Bitcoin just simply means that they have a blockchain, they have a coin Bitcoin first of all. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. It is built on their own blockchain, which is Bitcoin only. So Bitcoin is built on the blockchain itself, on its own blockchain. Not, let's talk about Ethereum and Solana. So the concept of these blockchain, you would say that why many blockchain exist? Why not build single blockchain and just use it everywhere in the world? Why make so many blockchains? The concept of Ethereum and Solana both are different. People say that why only stop at the currency transaction, and why only stop at the basic coins transfer? In Bitcoin chain and the blockchain, we just transfer money and all the Bitcoins are made on this blockchain. But people say that why only decentralized currencies? There should be decentralized apps. That means now there are no central serving guiding an app like Facebook, Google, YouTube, and so on. All these companies have a central server and they have all the data that is managed by them. But in Ethereum, Just after Bitcoin, Ethereum was introduced, and Ethereum was the first blockchain that introduced something new to the people, which is decentralized app, which is also known as dApps. They introduce smart contracts. I will also tell you what are they. And all these things are based on blockchain technology. In simple terms, how they are working. Let me first tell you. Suppose this is a blockchain. Again, the same ideology will be working here. But now on these blockchain, the apps are built. Apps in simple terms, these are the apps which are working without any central server. Again, I'm telling you, this is a really great technology, because if there is a no central server, that means that all the things are now controlled by the people itself. That is why this Ethereum blockchain was so much popular, because the concept they have introduced, they are just the best concept. And based on the Ethereum blockchain, D apps, DeFi apps, and smart contracts are built. Now you would be asking that how these apps are managed. All these apps are managed these smart contracts. The smart contract is kind of a really great algorithm, or you can say that set of rules, which is automatically made on the user's phone or wherever it is using. It automatically give and fulfill the transaction that the user wants to make based on certain set of rules. That is how smart contracts are working. If you ask what are some example of these, some example of DApps are like, you can just search on the internet Uniswap is a DApp, decentralized app, which allow us to swap many other tokens. I have also seen this today only, and it was a really great website that they have made. And if you talk about this DeFi apps, there is a DeFi app which is known as Aave. You can check on their website or on the internet. You will find what they are doing. So these are the example of some DeFi apps which are not running on any central server. You just have to get a basic understanding of these. If you want to go deeper into that, you can explore them on the internet. I'm just here to introduce you to these concepts so that whenever you explore the cryptocurrency world, you don't feel like these terms are new to you. These DApps, DeFi apps are built on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum blockchain, why it was made? It was just made because people want to create more things on the algorithm, which is a decentralization. That is why people created an Ethereum blockchain on which our decentralized apps are working. And in future, this Ethereum blockchain, Solana blockchain, and these D apps, DeFi apps, they will be growing exponentially, because people want ownership, and people will still prefer the decentralized apps. So there is a strong pressure on these companies to make their app decentralized. And it's a really great concept, by the way. So let us explore more onto this part. I will just turn the page and let us see more things now. So in these DeFi apps and D apps, you will heard a term named tokens. First of all, don't get confused between token and coin. Let me tell you a simple thing. Each coin can be a token, but not all tokens can be a coin. Let's suppose take an example of three coins: BTC, SOL. And there is another coin which is Ethereum, ETH. BTC is built on Bitcoin blockchain. SOL is built on Solana blockchain. ETH is built on Ethereum blockchain. So you can see that every coin is built on different blockchain. But these tokens are not built on different blockchain. They are just built on the existing blockchains. And where are these tokens used? I told you about the DeFi apps, and I also told you that many features which these companies offer onto their website, it is decided by a group of people who have a kind of a voting part, a governance. So what how it works? Let's suppose you got let's talk about Uniswap. This is a D app. If you buy some unicoins, which is a token, not coins, unicoins, unitokens. If you buy some of the tokens, now you will get the power to vote. Now what you can vote? You can vote whether you like the upcoming features that is added in the Uniswap, or you want any extra feature, or you want that how these companies should be working. You want anything that you are requiring to make this company more successful, you can vote onto that particular part. And how this voting is done, this is done with the help of token. We buy some tokens of that particular website and then we get the power to vote. We also get the power to either enhance some securities or any other things. And if we talk about coins like BTC, SQ, SOL, ETH, where are they used? Firstly and most importantly, most people just buy them because of their future increased value. Many people buy because they know the value will increase in future. Second thing, which is staking. Stake simply means that, let's suppose I buy a coin and keep it in my wallet. The value will not grow. It will only grow if the coin value increase or the stock price or the coin price goes up. But if I stake any particular coin, in simple terms, I am saying that lock three of my coins into the blockchain. What this staking will help? This staking simply means that I am saying block my coins, like let's say block 10 of my bitcoins into your blockchain. I am making their blockchain more secure because the miners are continuously updating and checking each and every transactions. So it is kind of like more stability to a blockchain whenever a person stake its coin on any blockchain. Now what you will be asking, we what we will do with staking, like what is the benefit of ours, how we are getting benefit from this? You will get the coins itself. You will get coins and reward. That is how staking works. You are making their blockchain more secure. In return, they are gifting you some coins. That is how trading works. So this was a concept of token and a coin. Token is used within the website to either make any vote onto a particular feature. It is a purely governance based. It is mainly used for governance because, as I told you, that there is no central authority. They are the people who are voting and making the website more and more enhanced. Whereas in coins, mainly people buy the coins for their increased in value. And secondly, you can also stake your coins to earn some money. Also, all the transaction, like whenever you go into onto this website, you have to just pay a gas fees, which is like using their website for some time. So that gas fees also is paid with this coin. So that is how these coins are used in various other things. There are also other, these are like you can say that types of cryptocurrencies. There are other cryptocurrencies also. I will discuss about them. Types of cryptocurrency. I'm just making it clear. Types of crypto. currencies. So the first one is token, second are coins, third are stable coins. Stable coins means their value never change. Like they just stay stable. Example USDT. You can see for about this coin. And USDC coin is also there. DAI coin is also there. These are just stable coins. Their value never change. They are mainly used in DeFi apps and DeFi lending tradings like this. There are fourth type of the you can say that the cryptocurrencies NFTs simply means non fungible tokens. It is a kind of a digital asset which is used in gaming. Okay, now gaming, you will say that how gaming can be possible. Games can be also made on the top of this blockchain where each character has its own ownership. In simple terms, when you play any game like BGMI, if you are playing BGMI, the character that you are owning, that character has a full kind of memory on a cloud server. In simple terms, whatever you achieve, whatever you do, it's simply stored on their cloud server. But the games that are made on the blockchain like Ethereum and Solana, these games, the character which you are playing, you are the owner of that character. That is more better because now whatever you are earning, you are the owner of the one who is keeping it. Some example of the games that are built on the blockchain. You have heard about Sandbox. This is a very popular game which is in which you can build a worlds and trade land NFTs like this. And there is another game known as Exi Infinity. I have seen that. Exi Infinity, you can also check this. These are the games that are built on the blockchain. There are many other games, you can explore them. So that is how the types of cryptocurrency is be working. I hope you understand this concept, how the token coins, stable coins, NFT games are made. There are also altcoins, meme coins. So what are they? Are they also a type of coin? So the answer is yes. They are also a kind of a coin, a cryptocurrency. But let's say all coins are very utility. They are mainly for the utility purpose. But these memes coins are purely hype based, fun based, and they include a high risk because altcoins can be used in the D apps, but the meme coins cannot be used anywhere. They are just working on the pump and dump scheme. And if you see, it takes hardly 10 to 15 minutes to make a single meme coin. You just have to simply deploy a smart contracts in which you have to add the supply and you have to add some multiple things. You add the logo of the coin, what the logo you are wanting, and just that's it. The coin is available to trade in the market. So meme coins, altcoins are same, but the main purpose of there are different. So that is why you should avoid buying any meme coin because it's just working on a pump and dump scheme. There is no logical analysis. That's just kind of betting time. So yes, this is the kind of information about the type of cryptocurrency. Now let's come to the main question. You may be asking that what are these smart contracts because I haven't covered them many in detail. You can just understand this like a self-executing program on blockchain that runs automatically when conditions are met. Because on blockchain there are apps like which give loans, lend money, and all this lending and taking loan and all these this happening based on the smart contracts. There are no humans, there are no central servers, no bank. Everything is happening based on these smart contracts. And the people who are lending money are the public itself. That is how these smart contracts will be working. So now no confusion regarding the smart contracts. That is how the smart contracts work. If you want to dive deeper into the smart contracts, you can go. My job is to give a picture of what smart contracts are. Now comes to the last part of this video. Should you invest in crypto? The investment is based on what type of aim you are having. If you are just working from profit or you want to bet your money, you can simply goes to meme coin. But if you want a real understanding of crypto market and you see any use case of these bitcoins and other coins, you can definitely trade them because the transaction that are happening cross borders are all happening based on this bitcoin. So bitcoin is a really great technology. It's secure and it's just transparent. The main thing is transparency. There is no person who is seeing that which person has invested this multiple bitcoins to which place. Transparency and security, if your main aim is, you can definitely go into the bitcoin. But you would be asking, is there anyone who invest in bitcoin? Yes, there are many big companies who are investing in bitcoin. Like example, the main company, Elon Musk company, Tesla invest in bitcoins. If you have seen a really great firm, the biggest market cap holder, BlackRock. Although BlackRock has taken every part of this world, but still they also invest in Bitcoin. There are many other venture capital firms and so on. There are many people who are still investing in the Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. You would be asking why they are investing. I told you that Web3 will be booming in future. So by investing, because they have funds, they are not having any scarcity of any fund, they still invest in Web3. The answer is simple. In future, Web3 will be booming. They want ownership in the Web3 community. Since they have ownership in the Web3 community, I told you all the major apps can become decentralized if majority people stop using them. So, if majority apps can become decentralized, in simple terms, these company can control how the app would be working, control how the app would be working, what features would be added in the app, what features should be removed. These companies can have the power of that governance, and you know what, from what they can buy many tokens of that particular company. They can buy many bitcoins in which they can later they can use for transaction purpose. They are just betting on future, and the future is really great and profitable in the web3 community. So if you are interested in investing this crypto, just make sure that you know all the kind of price goes up and down based on some basic news speculations or media hype. There is no futuristic approach in this bitcoin because there is no real asset, as I told you that. So all the hypes are just because if a website is offering better features or not and so on. The coin's value only increased based on the supply and demand chain. I told you the coin supply is limited. So if a big whale either sell the bitcoins or buy new bitcoins, the price goes up and down because the supply is limited. That's how this bitcoin is working. It's all up to you whether you invest in the bitcoin or not. Also, I will talk about other markets like bond market, and I've already covered the stock market part. We will also cover forex market, and there are many market I will be covering because at the end the main thing is you are just betting on the future And in each of these markets, we just put our money on the future. If we see any future hope on a particular thing, we invest in that. And I can say that the Web3 will be having a great future because of the kind of service, the kind of core fundamentals that it uses. So I guess this is the video about the cryptocurrency. I've tried my best to explain to you, and I was also exploring the cryptocurrency markets, and it was really great. And if you also want to invest in crypto market, make sure you make your account in the, if you are in India, you can make your account in the Binance. But Binance can be only working within their app. You can just buy or sell within their app. If you want to go into explore Web3 and buy some tokens on D apps, you have to create your account on the MetaMask. MetaMask will allow you to explore and buy currencies on the D apps, DeFi apps. And if you are working to buy coins, you can simply create a Binance account. Although Binance also provide the account that can be used to explore the Web3 community, you can check into their websites. You whatever you can find, there are many other apps also in which you can create your wallet and link to your account. And if you want to see the live price of the coins or any other, there are many apps like TradingView. There is an app, or their website is really great, which allow you to explore to a large variety of stocks, crypto, bonds, and so on. The main app for crypto is dex screener. You can view, or even you can buy or sell your bitcoins or any other assets. So let's end this video today, and thank you if you have watched this video, and it would be really grateful if you have understood a small thing from this. Let's move to another video, and I will try my best to make the another video more better. So yes, that's it. Thank you.